Welcome to Game Informer's Test Chamber, everyone. I'm Andrew Reiner, and I got Kyle Hilliard here.
Hey, Reiner. How's it going?
Good. We're playing Dragon Ball Z. Actually, you're playing it. Battle of Z, new fighting game from Namco Bandai and ArtDink, which is out today. Your review's on the site. And Kyle, I got a question for you. Who's that?
It's Gohan.
Who's that?
Broly.
Who's that?
Frieza, Cell, Boo, Gohan, Vegeta, Boo, Trunks. I know all these people. Aren't you impressed?
I am. You're a huge fan.
I am a fan. No, I guess, I will say I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. I really liked the show a lot when it was airing on television.
And now we're going to see if you have the skills to hang with these guys.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's jump right in.
So that's the intro movie.
By the way, ArtDink,
Who's that?
they developed Tale of the Sun.
They did, yeah. I was going to bring that up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all I was going to talk about, actually. But you stole my thunder, and now...
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, too. This is on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. We're playing it on 360, and it's also coming on Vita, or is out on Vita.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's that? That's a comet?
That's a
Haley's?
Yeah, there's this sort of kind of thread in the whole game where you're gaining energy, and basically what it means is like people playing online are
This looks like the worst war, Kyle.
Well, it's all taking place outside of the Earth, which is nice at least. But yeah, you can like throw energy to this kind of, see that number at the bottom of the screen, like that'll get bigger and bigger as people are playing online, and then you can use the energy in multiplayer to do special attacks. But it's really kind of, it doesn't really affect the game that much. It's just sort of kind of this interesting.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, hey, we're all playing together, aren't we having a good time? So
now I have not played a lot of Dragon Ball games. The last one I saw it might have been the last one released, was the Kinect one.
Yeah, you guys did the test chamber.
But these games are really popular, the standard fighting ones that you use with a controller with.
Yes.
How does this one stack up to those other games?
So it's a good bit different. It's it kind of opens the. Well, before I get into that, I'm going to talk about this really quick.
That's Goku.
That's Goku, and what you have these cards that you can unlock, and they kind of augment you and give you extra power and stuff like that. And the nice thing about this game is you can just automatically give the best cards to whoever you're currently playing as. And what that does is it means you can quickly switch between characters, because there are 67 playable characters in the game. So
the best cards are fists.
Yeah, yes, they give you more punching power. So now that I have discussed that, let's talk about it kind of falls in the fighting genre, but you don't have local fighting. It's not kind of structured like that Street Fighter fighting where it's two characters on a 2D plane. It's you have this big open arena, and you can fly around. You have full 360-degree motion. It kind of feels more like an action game, but then they've kind of taken those mechanics and put it into a fighting game where you're fighting online, and then the campaign is just you taking on sort of iconic fights from the show, which are usually just 1-on-1 or like 2-on-2 or something like that. Here, where it's
Napa Valley, get some wine.
I believe that's what that silo is. What they're doing is they're making wine in there. That was actually this weird subplot in Dragon Ball Z, is the whole the vineyard aspect of the show.
That's where they hide the Dragon Balls.
That's right. So I'm Goku, and as you can see, I can fly around, which is cool. And it kind of, I like that aspect of the game, is that it feels more like I'm controlling Goku how he is in the show. Because, when you're sort of in that Street Fighter kind of mode, like Tenkaichi or Budokai, it kind of felt more like a decent fighting game with Dragon Ball characters, where this kind of feels like real Dragon Ball fights.
Gotcha. So they rarely walk around or anything like that. Once you learn the ability to fly, why would you do anything other than that?
You hang out in the air. So let's see if we can...
you're on
you
the
got some
ground.
special moves here. Oh, let's get in the air.
And are you locking on there? Is that how you're just targeting him?
Yeah, you just target one person at a time.
And is it 4-on-1? Is that what I'm looking at? Or
it is.
What's going on here?
4-on-1, and I think Vegeta's about to join, so it's going to be 4-on-2. And it sort of follows the show in the sense of that you did fight. Goku and pals did fight these characters in the show, but it kind of mixes it up where it doesn't always follow the show. It just kind of follows the fights, and there's not much of a story mode or like a single player game here.
Now the show's been running for a while.
Yeah.
Where does it kind of fit in, with the characters and you're saying, the plot a little bit?
It follows the course of the show, like from beginning
to where they're at now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although right now they're not really doing the show anymore, although I think they are doing movies, and the most recent movies main antagonist does appear in the game. So
is that dog in space?
Yeah, which I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know much about that character.
His name's Dogku.
Okay, I believe you. I think you know what you're talking about. So then, so I've powered up enough with my melee attacks here, where I can do a Kamehameha.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, and he's about dead here. So,
And is there like a objective? Just take him down, or you got to take down Vegetable Guy too?
Vegetable Guy, I think, is going to be joining the fight here now. So that's your goal: is to just fight, just take out the guys that are placed in front of you.
And is it always the same missions for whoever you select?
Yeah, well, you can pick your sort of crew, and sometimes it only allows you to pick certain people. Like you can't take the bad guys into a fight necessarily, but sometimes you can if it's just like hey, kill 50 of these guys in a row, and you take them on like 2 at a time for a long stretch.
But if I started a new game and I picked, say, Zonk or Bonk or whatever that guy is in the middle there,
Yes, that's his name.
no disrespect to Dragon Ball fans, I just don't know their names, so I'm making them up as I go. But will I start going against Nappa here?
Well, the thing, yeah, like that, you will
Okay,
always be fighting
so
the
that
same
progression's
people.
the same.
Yes, yeah. So, and but like you unlock people, like you only have Goku, and then you can kind of go through and you unlock more people. And I've actually predominantly played the PlayStation 3 version of the game to review it, and then this is the 360 version of the game, so I didn't get too far in the 360 version, but you can see some of the people that I've unlocked, and then there's this huge roster
whoa.
that goes on for a long time. So
Is there a confirmed number of characters?
there are 67 playable characters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
and here's the mission structure.
Yeah, so you can go through the missions, and most of like these ones on the left side are the kind of the core story ones, and then these kind of go off to the side and don't necessarily follow the
Okay,
story at all.
mission 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 40.
That's how they count in Japan, from what I understand. I know, yeah, it's really weird. Like
Well, I want to know what 40 is.
it's just like it doesn't have anything to do with the story. It's just
Okay.
like let's kill a bunch of green dudes. So let's fight as Nappa because he's kind of a weird looking dude, and I'll take.
Did you unlock him when you beat him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that kind of how it goes through the whole game?
Yeah, you unlock sometimes multiple characters at a time.
So it's very like the Lego games. Kind
Yeah, yeah. And like I was saying, since I'm going to play as Nappa now, I'm just going to go ahead and throw all the best cards.
I want to see if he gets all fists again.
A lot of fists.
Oh, more hearts this time for
And then
him.
you can also do custom
Ah.
colors and stuff like that. So I made a Goku that kind of looked like Superman.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's a good mashup.
he's kind of like the Japanese
He can fly.
Superman. All right, let's see. So this takes a while, Reiner. So maybe we won't play the whole thing.
The
'cause
whole
it's-
game?
We'll play through the whole game right now. This is a super replay. I don't know if anybody told you.
What are you talking about then?
No, I'm saying let's not play this whole
Oh,
mission.
okay.
Is what I'm saying, because
This mission's going to take a
this
while.
mission takes a while because it's just kind of this like extra side mission where you're fighting the green dudes. So
Are there other things we want to show off, or are we just going to battle for a while here?
I think we'll just battle for a while. There's like because the sort of the main reason to play Battle of Z is the online stuff, which for our review I kind of had to hook up with Namco Bandai and they had to set up sessions and stuff like that. So we can't really look at that now, but it really just kind of looks like the single player game, really, except the other people will be controlled by real people.
I bet I would really like this show. It seems really fun.
I think you would because it's really over the top. Is
I watched.
the thing.
I don't
Like,
know
it's-
if it was Dragon Ball Z. I watched something Dragon Ball like way back on VHS, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I remember those.
So I have not really been that invested in it, but it seems fun.
You probably would enjoy it. Like it's one of those things where if you were like if you came to my desk and you were like, Kyle, I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Z, like I could probably I know there's a new edit of the show where they cut out a lot of the filler because the show had a ton of filler when it aired on TV because apparently the author of Dragon Ball Z was still writing the comic. So like he would work on the comic and then he'd purposefully delay the show with filler episodes so that he could continue to work on the comic for a while. So there's a lot you can skip, but the fights are really cool, and it's a bunch of powerful people fighting powerful aliens flying through the air.
Let's talk about the controls a little bit. You're punching a lot at nothing.
Yep.
So what buttons do what here?
So you have one button that's all punch. Like there's no combos or anything like that. It's really
punch button.
Yeah, it's really simple. You have punch, and then you have your energy button, And then you have special attacks, which differ character to character. That's the main differentiating factor between each of the 67 playable characters is the special attacks that you can do.
And what's with the ticking energy meter up there? It looks like dynamite burning down.
That's the thing that you use to power up your special attacks, and also the thing that kind of adds to the total that I was talking about at the start screen. Whoa. So yeah, they work together to take me out there. And you have some options. I don't know if you saw on the D-pad on the right, left-hand side of the screen there. I can say, hey, everyone, let's all concentrate on this guy. So you have a little bit of tactical options, but it's really limited. It's pretty simple, which is kind of one of the things that I say kind of negative about the game is that you're just I'm just hitting one button here to do melee attacks. There's no combos or anything. I can fire off energy blasts. It's just all about kind of how it looks. Like it's kind of style over substance, which, like I said, for a show about powerful aliens flying through the air fighting powerful humans. I mean, it is what it is, and it's really flashy and cool.
Yeah, it looks fun. It definitely looks a little different than the other Dragon Ball games.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll have a lot of longevity. Like I don't know if you're a Dragon Ball fan, if you'll be playing this for months, but I think you'll have a good time with it.
Well, there's a lot of characters. How many missions in total? Obviously, we saw there's number 40, but how far down does that go?
I think the story missions go to, I don't remember the exact number, but I think it's like 25 or 30, and then you start getting into these sort of side missions where you're just playing for fun and kind of
how many of
unlocking
those
cards.
are there?
I think there's like 10 or 15 of those.
Okay. So there's a lot of content to it then.
Yeah, but it's all, it's just, the fights all kind of feel the same. So there's a big number of things to do, but you're kind of doing the same stuff over and over.
And I'm looking at some notes here. It says this entry features is the first with Super Saiyan God form for Goku.
Yeah, because there's a new Dragon Ball movie where he goes Super Saiyan God mode, apparently, and that's incorporated into the game.
Sorry.
Oh, did I say it wrong? Did one of us say it
don't
wrong?
know.
Okay.
You're the expert.
Saiyan.
You should have corrected
Super
me.
Saiyan.
Can we show that?
No, he's unlocked much later, so...
Oh, so he's a special version of
Yeah, he's a version...
Okay.
Like, with those 67 playable characters, some of those include, like, the same characters. Like, you have Goku, and then Super Saiyan Goku, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Super Saiyan God Goku. So, yeah.
It's a lot of the same characters.
It's a lot of Gokus.
But that's cool. I mean, he's obviously one of the most popular, right?
Yeah. Like I said, he's like Japan's Superman.
What was that? Chains.
Chase. It's where you can kind of work together, and like I missed it because I was knocked down, but someone knocked an enemy towards me, and I had the opportunity to knock him back.
And can you play this online co-op?
Yeah, every mission is co-op.
How many player?
Depends on the mission.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because some are only like 2 players. Like some only have 2 fighters versus another fighter. So that mission would only be 2-player co-op, or some have more. Have up to 4. So.
And let's talk about your review. What did you end up giving this and thinking about it?
I gave it a 7. With my big takeaway being style over substance. Like it looks really flashy, and it looks really flashy, and it looks like the show. It looks more like the show than I think any previous Dragon Ball fighting game. But it's also kind of shallow. So
doesn't have the depth of the other fighters, but is going in the right direction for kind of replicating the feel of the show.
Yes, I think that is accurate.
All right. Well, as you said, this mission is going to be long, so we don't want to go through all of this. Looks like you got 15 minutes left. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to conclude this test chamber, and thank you, Kyle, for showing me this. I might check this out. Like I said, people keep recommending I watch The Last Airbender. And that whole series, everybody just says that's amazing. So I'm going to do that, and then I might jump into some Dragon Ball and find out what's going on there.
All right. Sounds good.
So for all you watching, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next episode of Test Chamber.